Well, hello and good morning from Bill Gray Legion Stadium at Champion Car Wash Field here in beautiful Roseburg, Oregon. It's time for Umpqua Riverhawks baseball. Today on Riverhawk TV, it's the season opener for the 2025 season, and the Umpqua Riverhawks host the Big Bend Vikings for a non-league doubleheader. The Hawks and the Vikes both feeling as if last season ended too soon, and they return a core that will try to right that wrong coming up this spring. Umpqua and Big Bend look to set the tone for what they hope will be a dominant season, and it's coming up next here on Riverhawk TV. Well, it's great to be with you, everyone, on this Saturday morning here in the Umpqua Basin. I'm Joey Kieran here hanging out with you today, and I'm honored to be providing play-by-play coverage of Umpqua Riverhawks baseball this season. We're moments away from first pitch, but I wanted to say thank you to UCC head coach Jacob Whistler and athletic director Craig Jackson for allowing me this opportunity to bring you UCC baseball on Riverhawk TV this year. It's a new era for the Riverhawks, and I don't just mean here in the broadcast booth. In the dugout, there's a new name leading the program. You might have caught it there. Jacob Whistler has been an assistant with the program since it returned in 2019, but he's taken over after Jeremiah Robinson stepped down from the role last fall to become the athletic director at his alma mater, Douglas High School in Winston. We'll have more about today's matchup coming up. We've got the national anthem right now. Well, we are just about ready to get this one underway as the Umpqua Riverhawks and the Big Bend Vikings get ready to start out this season. It is 45 degrees and overcast here in the Umpqua Basin as we get ready for today's matchup. Lineup cards have been exchanged at home plate, and the Umpqua Riverhawks, the home team here at Champion Car Wash Field, will get ready to take the field. The Riverhawks coming off of a 35-15 season in 2024 where they finished second in the South Region standings, made it into a home super regional, but were so close to making it to the NWAC Championship Tournament. Unfortunately falling short, still seeking that first berth in the NWAC Championship Tournament. Since the program returned back in 2019, playing their first season in 2020. But last year, a good year, pitching-wise and defensively, allowed the fewest runs in the NWAC conference, just 2.3 runs allowed per game last year. They'll look to try and improve on the offensive side of the ball, an area that they feel like could use a little bit of improvement to try and help support the offensive side. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Big Bend Vikings, who are coming here after a 21-25 season last year, finishing 6 games out of first place in the East Region last year. They were just outside the postseason picture as they finished in 6th place in their conference with a 13-15 record. Take a look at the starting lineups for the Vikings and head coach Chase Tunstall. His starting lineup will have Ricky Leon Guerrero, the second at second base. Riley Doig, the right fielder, batting second. J.T. Penrod, the first baseman, batting third. Dallas Bowler is the DH, batting cleanup. Oak Held in left field will bat fifth. The catcher, Nick Kemker, batting sixth. Roman Basurdo, in center field, will bat in the seventh spot. And then you've got Cameron Fleck, the shortstop, hitting eighth. Kason Bleckert, the third baseman, batting ninth. The first pitch is in for a strike from the right-hander Logan Robinson. Pitch bounces off the glove for Zane Bidwell behind the plate. as we are underway here in Game 1 of what will be a doubleheader today here at Champion Car Wash Field. The 1-1 pitch fouled back to the netting for strike 2 to Ricky Leon Guerrero. Leadoff man for this Big Bend Vikings club. Guerrero out of Guam as they bring in the international product. Fights off a 2-strike pitch. Went to Notre Dame High School. He's a freshman this year, listed at 5'8", 185 pounds. He's got the 1-2 pitch coming here once again from Robinson, who works out of the stretch. And catcher's interference, I believe, is going to be the call on this one for Guerrero. Check swing behind the plate. Bidwell reaching for that pitch. And I think the barrel of the bat caught a little bit of the glove there. That'll put a man on at first on the catcher's interference to start things off here in the first inning. So a man on to start off the season for Big Bend. Last season, Big Bend came here to Champion Car Wash Field and lost 4 straight games as they started the season against the Riverhawks last year. First pitch just a bit low for Robinson to start off here against Riley Doig, the right fielder. We'll take a look around the diamond defensively for the Riverhawks in the white jerseys. Gray tops and trousers for Big Bend as a pickoff move to first. Not in time, just back in ahead of the tag. Logan Robinson on the mound, 14 appearances last year. Had a 7-1 record as he comes high and inside, a 2-0 count against Doig. Pitched 79 and 2/3 innings. Did have a save last year. A 1.36 ERA, 59 strikeouts, 19 walks. He's got a 2-0 count with a man at first. Tries to catch the inner half at the knees, but it just misses low. And Riley Doig is out to a 3-0 start in this at-bat. Not something I'm sure that Logan Robinson is familiar with facing too often. Does get a foul ball on the 3-0 pitch. Riley Doig batting in the heart of the lineup last year for most of the season for this Big Bend team. Takes high for ball 4. And just like that, you got 2 runners on for the Vikings to start out this 2025 schedule. First walk of the year for Logan Robinson, only allowing 19 of them last season. So not the way he was hoping this campaign would get underway. Of course, the first runner getting on base with the catcher's interference. Battery mate back behind the plate. Zane Bidwell back for a second year with the Riverhawks. Dealt with some injuries last year, but got a significant amount of action. Lefty at the plate is JT Penrod. He launches one in the air out to right field. Carson Dunn out there running. Will track that one down on the warning track. Runner's got to get back. Throw back in is off the line. Everyone will get back to their bases safely, but a huge play out in right field for Carson Dunn. A local kid out of Roseburg High School, has been here and now in his 3rd year after a redshirt season. He's always been a speedster in the outfield. I've watched that guy for many years play baseball, and those wheels are what make him so dangerous as a defender here at Champion Car Wash Field. One away on the fly ball out to deep right field for JT Penrod. That'll bring up Dallas Bowler, who swings through a breaking ball to start off his at-bat. I don't think for those watching online that video is going to do justice to just how far Carson Dunn had to go to get to that baseball, as a pitch just misses below the strike zone on the inner half. JT Penrod got a lot of that one. The lefty pulling it down that right field line, and just in front of the wall out there, Carson Dunn making that catch. Did a nice job. Bounce in front of the plate for Robinson, a 2-1 count. One away for the cleanup hitter, Dallas Bowler, the DH, batting for the starting pitcher, Dylan Schaefer today for the Vikings. A 2-1 count. Robinson gets him to slap that one into the stands down the right field side. It's 320 down that right field line. That ball for Penrod carrying probably about 315 out there. Needed just a little bit more to get it to the wall or over. cold day here in the Umpqua Basin. The ball's not necessarily going to jump off the bats. It's a foul ball. Look out. 2-2 stays the count with 1 out and 2 on. Two-two pitch coming up for Logan Robinson. The right-hander kicks and fires, bounces in front of the plate. Nice job behind the dish for Bidwell to keep it in front of him. Dallas Bowler will take high on the full count, and now the bases are loaded. Bit of an uncharacteristic start here for Logan Robinson. Taking a look around the diamond, you've got Zane Bidwell back there behind the plate at first base, Cole Stoddard, Jack Thompson at second. On the left side of the diamond, Aiden Metzger at third, and Noah Cox at short. Take a look at the outfield as a pitch low, ball 1. In the outfield from left to right, Rylan Heckman, Tristan Schaefer, and Carson Dunn, your starting defensive alignment for the Riverhawks, led by head coach Jacob Whistler, now in his first year as the head coach for UCC. Inside on the fastball, Robinson, that ball almost brought in the first run of the ballgame. A hit batter will score one here. Bases loaded, 2 walks in the frame and a catcher's interference. No hits yet. Comebacker to the mound, goes off the glove for Robinson. He'll flip it to first, get it there in time to get the out at first base. But it does bring home a run. It'll be an RBI for Oak Held. The left fielder scores 1, and Big Bend will take the early 1-0 advantage. Still without a hit here in the first inning, but they'll have runners at second and third. Coming in to score was Guerrero. Has a big swing and a miss for strike 1. This is Nick Kempker, the catcher, batting. Fouls back for strike 2. Riley Doig at third, Dallas Bowler at second, both reaching on a walk. The catcher's interference got Ricky Leon Guerrero on base to start off the game, and he scores on that ground out by Held. The 0-2 pitch, strike 3, ring him up, and that will finish off this first inning. Logan Robinson finds his groove as he hits the 6-hitter here in the lineup card and gets his first strikeout. It's a backwards K. 1 run comes in on no hits, and there were 2 men left on base in this top of the first inning. So it's 1-0, Big Bend in front of the Umpqua Riverhawks, who will come up to bat for the first time here today and the first time in 2025. Let's take a look at the home starting lineup for the Umpqua Riverhawks. Head coach Jacob Whistler will send out Aiden O'Malley, the DH, in the leadoff spot, followed by Tristan Schaefer in center field. Zane Bidwell, the catcher, will bat third. Cole Stoddard at first base, batting cleanup, followed by Noah Cox, the shortstop. Rylan Heckman in left field will bat in the 6th position, followed by Aiden Metzger at third base. Jack Thompson at second base, and rounding out the starting 9 will be Carson Dunn, the right fielder. DH being utilized for the starting pitcher. Taking a look at the defense for the Big Bend Vikings. Out on the mound, it'll be Dylan Schaefer. 10 appearances last year, made 4 starts, had a 1-1 record, a 40.1 innings worked, 44 strikeouts, 15 walks, a 4.46 ERA. That is the right-hander on the mound. Big guy out there that will get the ball to start things off for Big Bend here in Game 1 of the season. So we get ready to go as Aiden O'Malley, the sophomore out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, will get the first at-bat for the Riverhawks here this season. 45 degrees overcast here in the Umpqua Basin. A lot of great clouds overhead, but the most important part is it's not raining. We are not expecting rain throughout the day here today. We are thinking that tomorrow might be a bit of a wet one for us here in the Umpqua Basin. So we'll see how the 2 games scheduled for tomorrow between Umpqua and Big Bend will go. But the turf field here at Champion Car Wash Field definitely makes life manageable in some of the wetter conditions. Champion Car Wash Field, if you're unfamiliar, didn't catch any of the Big Bend games or the Riverhawks games here last year, Champion Car Wash Field, all artificial turf, every portion of it, base paths, home, the mound, everywhere, artificial turf. That project happened about 5 years ago, and it has made this facility top-notch and allowed it to get a lot of use from many local teams in the area, high school teams, American Legion teams during the summer, and then the return of the Umpqua Riverhawks definitely has added to the wear and tear here in the building. But it has been a massive upgrade that has been very beneficial for all of our local baseball programs here in Roseburg and Douglas County. All right, bottom of the first, 1-0 game. Big Bend in front. First pitch for the Vikes comes in as a strike to Aiden O'Malley, hitting the top end of the strike zone for Dylan Schaefer. The 0-1 pitch. Swung on the breaking ball, able to sit back a bit. Caught a piece of it there for O'Malley. Oh, 0-2 count for Schaefer, the right-hander. His 0-2 pitch is fouled away, staying alive. Dylan Schaefer out of Calgary. 6'3", 190 pounds. Right-handed thrower. Does bat left-handed if he gets that opportunity. He's got the 0-2 count here against O'Malley. Swing and a miss for strike three. Down on strikes for the leadoff man for the Riverhawks. Swinging through.
Next batter, number 7, Tristan Schaefer.
Aiden O'Malley out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Was at Oral Roberts last year, so his first season with the Riverhawks starts with a strikeout. Tristan Schaefer, the center fielder, will stand in now. Outside for ball one. Tristan Schaefer, new addition to the program. Coach saying he's probably the fastest kid we've had in the program to this point. Out of Gig Harbor, Washington. The 1-0 pitch. Just below the knees on the outer half. Earned honorable mention honors as a senior there at Gig Harbor High School. Part of the class of 2024. Listed at 5'9" and 145 pounds on his X bio, Twitter bio. He takes outside. Steps out for a moment. We'll step back in. Wearing the white jerseys here today for the Riverhawks. White tops, white trousers with the black pinstripes. Very much a Yankees style of look out there for him. 3-0 delivery here for Schaefer. And he misses high and inside. A 4-pitch walk issued to Tristan Schaefer from Dylan Schaefer. I did inquire. Doesn't seem as if there is a relation, obviously. Dylan Schaefer on the mound from Canada, from Alberta there in Calgary. And Tristan Schaefer out of Gig Harbor. Maybe a distant relationship. But we couldn't come up with one in the 30 seconds I was talking with Chase Tunstall, the head coach for Big Bend, about it. First pitch, off speed, stays elevated. A 1-0 count to start for Zane Bidwell, the catcher for this Riverhawks team out of Fruitland, Idaho. Last season played 19 games for the Riverhawks. Batted just 179, and that was one of the things, talking with some of the guys before this season got underway, that they feel like the offense is going to have an improvement this year, and that'll be good. As a strike taken for Bidwell. Last year averaged 4.5 runs per game. Did have a run differential of 106, but a lot of that based off of what was just an outstanding pitching staff with great defense behind it last year for the Riverhawks. 1-1 count with one away, and a man at first. Off speed, fouled back. Riverhawks are going to have to figure out that breaking ball here from Dylan Schaefer. He's been using it consistently here in this first inning, and it's definitely a drop in velocity from the fastball. Got to find a way to time up and pick up which pitch is coming in quickly. Waiting on deck, the lefty Cole Stoddard. A 1-2 count. Runner goes, pitch inside, throw down to second base, not going to be in time. Out at second, Guerrero swiping the tag, holding up the glove. Does not get the call. A stolen base, and the pitch was just inside at the plate. A 2-2 count for Zane Bidwell. So Bidwell finds himself with a man in scoring position now. That was a tough take. I'm surprised he laid off on that one. That ball did not miss the inside corner by much. Step off on the mound for Schaefer. First stolen base, and not surprised it goes to Tristan Schaefer. He's dancing around at second base, a 2-2 delivery, high and away. Well, we've got two pitchers that last season, 40 1/3 innings for Dylan Schaefer, 79 2/3 for Logan Robinson combined. They gave up just 34 walks between the two of them. That'd be what? Almost 120 innings combined between the two of them. Just 35 walks or 34 walks, and already here today they've both been battling with trying to find the strike zone. As they swing out in front on a 3-2 pitch, the breaking ball for Bidwell, able to stay in the box long enough to make contact. Keeps himself alive. Bidwell will be back in there again. The game-tying run out at second base after Tristan Schaefer steals second. A full count pitch for Dylan Schaefer. Takes a look to second, delivers home, off speed, again off the end of the bat, fouled away. As Zane Bidwell will stay alive. This UCC team last year, it did end in disappointment. It was easy to tell, but you could tell talking together. I tried to prod them a little bit, tried to see if anybody would give me some juice about last year, and they all seem to be wanting to move forward. Losing a home super regional, getting upset by Bellevue last year to end their season. Fastball fouled off, protecting the outside corner. This battle continues here. The Riverhawks coach Whistler saying two pitches away from advancing on into the NWAC tournament. And so definitely disappointment that they were not able to finish off that series here at home. Lost the first one, won the second, and then dropped the third in the best of three as a pitch popped up in the air. Maybe playable in foul territory up against the fence. Kaysen Bleckert, the third baseman, unable to get to that one as it lands in the grandstands down the third base side. Sun's starting to poke through the clouds a bit here, brightening some things up down there on the playing field. Sun back behind us, casting shadows from behind home out towards center field. Not much for wind to talk about here at Champion Car Wash Field today. American flag out in center is hanging limp at the moment. 3-2 pitch once again to Bidwell. This has been a lengthy at-bat. Swings after the breaking ball outside for strike three. There's two down. Game-tying run still at second. That's the second strikeout so far here in the first for Schaefer. Sun continues to beam in as Cole Stoddard, the first baseman, will dig in for his first at-bat. Coach Whistler down at third base. And his assistant, Michael Friend, out at first. The pitch gets by. Heading for third will go Schaefer. As he dances on the base out there. Didn't go to a slide. Didn't need to slide at third. No throw that direction on the pass ball. Actually make that a wild pitch. It'll be a 1-0 count for Stoddard with the game-tying run at third now and two away. Wild pitch gets to the backstop. No throw down to third. But with some kind of moist conditions. We had rain yesterday. I'm sure the turf here might be a little slick at times in some places. And Tristan Schaefer with his speed tried to put the brakes on and kind of got to third base a little wobbly as he tried to stay on the bag. 1-1 pitch coming to Stoddard. The first baseman takes low and inside, a 2-1 count. Riverhawks looking to try and tie this one up here in the first after giving up a run on no hits in the first inning to the Vikings. Bottom of the first, game one of a doubleheader today here at Champion Car Wash Field. After a lengthy at-bat to Zane Bidwell trying to get Cole Stoddard here, and the pitch comes inside for Dylan Schaefer. And it's a 3-1 count to the cleanup man. Cole Stoddard out of Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, a freshman this year here at UCC. 6'4", 215 pounds. Went to Lake City High School, reaching the state championship game as a junior. As he gets hit on the heel, and you know what? I get the idea. He gets the bag, but that would have been ball 4. It might have had a chance to get by, which might have allowed Tristan Schaefer to score from third with his speed. But because it hit the heel of Cole Stoddard, it's a dead ball and no advancement allowed for Tristan Schaefer. So I get the idea. It's an easy hit-by pitch to take there, but if he maybe moves that front foot, maybe it scores the game-tying run. It's the woulda, coulda, shoulda game. It's a pitch low. A 1-0 start for Noah Cox, the shortstop. Noah Cox out of Willamette High School in Eugene, Oregon. A lot of Oregon kids on the roster this year for Coach Whistler and the Riverhawks. Last year with UCC, played 45 games, Noah Cox did. He'll take a strike. Outer half of the plate. Good one to see and get your mind right as you step into the box for the first time this season. He'll step out and look down to third base. Coach Whistler hollering some words of encouragement for Noah Cox, who has a chance to tie this one up with 2 down and a runner on the corners. Breaking ball outside. Well, that sun's starting to shine through, making it a nice day here at the ballpark as we've got a good group of fans showing up here at Champion Car Wash Field. Love to see that. Encourage you, if you've got the opportunity to make it out to a game, to come out and support the team. 2-1 pitch for Dylan Schaefer in a long bottom of the first. He misses high. He's thrown a lot of pitches so far here in this first inning. Three balls, 1 strike. Noah Cox at the plate, can be selective here. Might have a chance to load him up. 3-1 pitch, swung and fouled back. And for how long and how much work necessary in this first inning for Dylan Schaefer, he's got a chance to maybe get out of it. If he can fire one in and get Noah Cox to swing and miss or commit that final out. So far, not an out in the field for this Big Bend team. 2 strikeouts in this first inning for Dylan Schaefer. 3-2 pitch, runner at first taking off. That ball fouled away out towards the Newell Family Hitting Facility here at Champion Car Wash Field. I should say here at Bill Gray Legion Stadium. The facility has been getting a lot of facelifts here through the years. The improvement of the playing surface, the addition of the hitting facility, upgrades in there. A lot of great things going on here at Champion Car Wash Field. Big investment in baseball. You love to see it. 3-2 delivery with 2 down. Cox gets a line drive to center field. That ball will drop in. We got a tie ball game on the first hit of the season. So a 3-2 delivery, singled back up the middle. RBI for Noah Cox. He finds his way on. That'll score Tristan Schaefer. Up to second base goes Cole Stoddard. First. A 1-1 score with 2 outs. First pitch here for Rylan Heckman, the left fielder, bats left-handed. High and away. Dylan Schaefer has given up that 1-0 lead. It's a 1-1 ball game. Top of the first inning for Big Bend. They scored the run, but it was a catcher's interference that put Guerrero on base to get him on and then eventually scored on a ground out on the infield. So the Riverhawks finally able to put a run across with an actual ball in play. Haven't seen a lot put in action here, and early on kind of feels like the trend. May not always see a ton of offense early on as pitchers maybe more dialed in than the hitters who haven't seen a lot of live hitting to this point. 2-0 delivery. Swung on. Big cut out of the big kid at the plate. 2-1 for Rylan Heckman, the left fielder. Rylan Heckman, also out of Gig Harbor, Washington. Listed at 6'3 plus is what I had. 6'3", 6'4", somewhere in that range. He looks like a big guy. 2-1. Big guy means a big strike zone. Takes on the inside corner. He evens it up. 2 balls, 2 strikes for Schaefer on the mound. Trying to get through this first inning with a 1-1 ball game. Go-ahead run in scoring position is Cole Stoddard, the long-legged first baseman. Those long legs can help you make up some ground, but usually the bigger guys not as swiftly around the bases. And that pitch comes inside, and that is our second hit batter here in the first inning, and the bases are loaded. Tried to go to the breaking ball against the lefty, and it tailed inside against Heckman, gets him on base. That'll prompt a visit out to the mound. 2 hit batters here in the first inning. Cole Stoddard at third, Noah Cox at second, Rylan Heckman at first. It was the RBI single from Noah Cox that got the Riverhawks a tie ball game here. This was just moments ago for, I was going to say for all those watching. That's everybody that's tuned in to hear my voice right now. That was that line drive up the middle to bring in one and tie this one up. My background here in the Roseburg area, a radio broadcaster where we do a radio and a video simulcast, so I'm kind of used to being in 2 different places at the same time calling a game. It's the first pitch, breaking ball outside, check swing, able to hold up. And behind the plate, Nick Kemker does a nice job making sure the runners around the bases are not able to advance. So normally people can hear me on the radio or watch the video stream, so I sometimes have to let them know, if you're watching, here's the highlight of the game play that happened just moments ago. And I don't have that dilemma anymore, so I got to retrain my brain right now. First pitch, or a 1-1 strike, or 1-1 count now for Aiden Metzger. Outside corner here to the third baseman. Metzger out of Albany, West Albany High School, freshman this year. Taken high and away. That West Albany baseball program, it's a pretty good one. Done some games up there during the summer for Legion Baseball. West Albany High School, great facility. That's a hitter's ballpark. This is not. It's a big outfield. 320 down the lines. Doesn't feel like it should be as large as it is, but 385 to dead center. There's a lot of room to cover out in the outfield here. 2-1 pitch, high. And it's a 3-1 count for the 7-hitter. And looking down to the bullpen, there's some activity starting to get going for Big Bend. Metzger was a first-team All-State utility player as a senior last year. Played in the Oregon All-Star Series as he headed into his summer after his senior year, and then started prepping to get here to UCC for his freshman year, and he's made his way into the opening day starting lineup. 3-1 pitch, grounder up the middle, is going to get through. A run will come in Metzger's first at-bat. He scores 1. Second runner coming to the plate. The tag in time to get the second runner, Noah Cox, thrown out at the plate for the final out. But 1 run comes in as the Riverhawks will grab the lead on the single up the middle by Aiden Metzger. And we got a 2-1 advantage for UCC. Scoring was Cole Stoddard. Out at home, Noah Cox. But an RBI single for Aiden Metzger. And so we go to the second inning. It is 2-1. The Umpqua Riverhawks grab the advantage here in the first. Two runs come in on 2 hits. There were no errors. There was 2 men left on base. 2 hit batters and a walk in there for Dylan Schaefer. Not the way he was hoping to get this 2025 season underway. We'll be back with the top of the second here in just a moment.
First batter for the Vikings to lead off the top of the second, number 22, Roman Basurto.
It'll be the 7, 8, 9 hitters as we are here at Champion Car Wash Field. First pitch high and inside for ball 1 to Roman Basurto, the center fielder. He'll take low and outside. Logan Robinson on the mound. He issued 2 walks in his first inning, looking to try and dial in as he rifles in a fastball for a strike. He did finish out that first inning with a strikeout looking against Nick Kemker. Works his way back into this at-bat. 2-1 count. Missing just underneath the elbows there. It's a 3-1 count. Three-one delivery. And the ball is popped up and out of play for strike 2. Full count to the leadoff man here in the top of the second. Roman Basurto, the center fielder. Fouls it off to stay alive. Basurto out of Tucson, Arizona, Sal Point Catholic High School, 5'10", 190-pound sophomore. Foul tip into the glove. That'll be strike 3. And that's the second punch out of the year so far for Logan Robinson. Back-to-back strikeouts, in fact. From the end of the first to the start of the second inning, Cameron Fleck, the 8-hitter, digs in. So far, just the one lefty in the lineup for Coach Chase Tunstall. Foul away. A 1-1 count with 1 away and nobody on for Cameron Fleck, the shortstop. Fleck out of Peoria. Gets underneath the ball. In the air. Shallow right field. Fighting the sun out there. It'll be the right fielder Carson Dunn. Calls off the second baseman Jackson Thompson. And the only times, well, let's see, 3 times the ball's been put in play. 2 of those putouts have been to Carson Dunn, including a fantastic chase down, catch out in right field. First pitch misses for ball 1 here to Kaysen Bleckert. Bleckert swings through for strike 1. West Jordan, Utah is where he called home. The freshman, 5'9", 185 pounds. Chops one up the middle, high hop. Fielded on the infield grass, low throw, but dug out at first by Stoddard on the throw from Noah Cox, and that'll be a 1-2-3 frame for the Riverhawks defensively. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base for the Vikings. We are through 1.5 here at Champion Car Wash Field. It's a 2-1 advantage in favor of the home team, the Umpqua Riverhawks. We'll have the bottom of the second coming up in just a moment here on Riverhawk TV.
No runs scored, no hits, no errors, no runners left on base. A reminder to all the home fans here that all home games are going to be live streamed on Riverhawk TV. Riverhawk TV will give you live stream for all the home games for the Riverhawks. On YouTube. On YouTube. First batter for the Riverhawks to lead off the bottom of the second.
Well, we go to the bottom of the second.
Jackson Thompson.
It'll be the 8-9-1 hitters coming up for the Umpqua Riverhawks. Jackson Thompson, the second baseman, starts things off. His first at-bat of 2025. Takes high for ball one. Still got Dylan Schaefer out there on the mound after what ended up turning into a long first inning for him, facing 7 hitters, giving up 2 hits and 2 runs. Catches the top end of the strike zone against Thompson. Jackson Thompson out of Henderson, Nevada, played at Coronado High School. Got a couple of guys on the roster from Coronado. Had himself listed at 5'9", 170 pounds on his Twitter bio. Grounds one towards short, in front of it, scooped up, time. Across the diamond, Cameron Fleck makes the put out over to JT Penrod, excuse me. And there's one away.
Batter number 2, Carson Dunn.
That'll bring up the 9-hitter Carson Dunn, a speedster at the plate, third-year guy. Starting out in right field, he's been getting a lot of action out there defensively. He shows a bunt. We'll pull it back and take strike one. Carson Dunn out of local Roseburg High School, graduated in 2022, third-year player here. He's worked his way into a starting role in his final season of eligibility with the Riverhawks. He's a guy I've had a chance to cover through many years as the local broadcaster here. He's got an 0-1 pitch outside, 1-1 count. I'm excited for him to see how this season can go for him and hopefully see that this takes him to higher levels going forward. He's a great kid out there, works hard. 28 games last year, had a 196 batting average, trying to bring that up. He is a speedster, 4 stolen bases a year ago. Takes high, has a 2-1 count. Redshirted in 2023 here at UCC. Was a first-team all-conference outfielder as a senior at Roseburg High School. 2-1 pitch. Catches the outside corner. Bat left on the shoulder for Dunn. 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the second inning. A 2-1 advantage right now for UCC. Season opener going on. Season opening day for many teams around the Northwest Athletic Conference, although a lot of cancellations it looked like on the schedule. Breaking ball stays high and inside. Dunn did not give any ground on that pitch that kind of came in towards the head. Got the defending conference champions Lynn Benton had their game at home postponed today, canceled against Columbia Basin. It's a pitch outside. There's ball 4. Walk issued for Carson Dunn. That is the second walk for Dylan Schaefer on the day, and it sends us back to the top of the order with a speedster on at first. And got some speed coming up through the lineup here for the Riverhawks as they look to add to a 2-1 advantage. Runner going, wasting no time. Throw down a second. It's not going to be in time. Carson Dunn has his first stolen base of the season. Had 4 last year. He's got 1 already. That's the second on the day for the Riverhawks. A pitch to Aiden O'Malley, who struck out. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Came in for a strike, excuse me. I thought that might have been ball 1. 0-1 count for O'Malley. Has the hands low in front of the chest. Draws them up as he waits for the pitch, and he takes another strike on a breaking ball top of the zone. Struck out swinging in the first inning. Hoping to not go down on 3 straight pitches here against Schaefer in his second at-bat in his mini innings. Out at second, dancing around. Carson Dunn swung on, fouled away, staying alive. O'Malley will get another one. So you got in action Shoreline at Olympic today. Lane is supposed to be at Edmonds. Wenatchee Valley at Centralia going to be coming up here this afternoon, and plenty more games getting going as the rest of the day goes on. 0-2 pitch. O'Malley able to hold off on a breaking ball. Looked like he found that rather enticing, but was able to put the brakes on the swing. Holds off. A 1-2 count. Last year, Lynn Benton going 39-11. Won the South region with a 30-6 record. Went on to win the NWAC title, but they had to battle for that one, beating Tacoma in a must-win game to force a winner-take-all. As the ball pops out of the glove for Kempker, and with his speed out at second base, easy trot over to third for Carson Dunn to put him into scoring position. 2-2 count for O'Malley at the plate. A pass ball will put a runner 90 feet from home for the Riverhawks, already leading 2-1. South region, you'd say I felt like a strong season last year in the South, but unfortunately only Lynn Benton was the only team to make it to the conference title, as the Riverhawks, the 2 seed, losing in their home super regional, and then SWAC and LCC, Lane, also falling in the regional round as well. Full count for Aiden O'Malley, taking the curveball outside as the sun ducks back behind some clouds. The sun's shining. You can be in the sunshine and warm up a little bit. Once it goes behind the clouds, it cools off. Outside and high, there's ball 4. And that is the 3rd walk in the game for Dylan Schaefer. And the right-hander on the mound. This has definitely been a bit more of a struggle than he was hoping for here early on in this one. That'll bring up Tristan Schaefer. He had a walk and scored the first run of the season for the Riverhawks. He shows a bunt at third base, a hard break out of Carson Dunn. You've got speed at the plate, speed at third. Or the Riverhawks are looking to try and pull off something here. Runners on the corners with just 1 out. Got to try to stay out of that double play ball. See if he can add another run to the advantage. A runner going from first, throw down to second. They cut it off short, and charging in, Guerrero, the second baseman, had to leap to get to the ball, but everybody hungs put. They cut it off short, thinking that Dunn might have tried to take home, but he stays at third, so a stolen base for O'Malley. 2 in scoring position. It's a 1-1 count at the plate for Tristan Schaefer. He's got a chance to do some damage here. Takes the breaking ball outside. Bottom of the 2nd inning. Game 1 of a twin bill for us here to start out the season at Champion Car Wash Field. It's going to be a heavy dose of home games for the Riverhawks to start out the year. Fouled back 2-2, which means a lot of work coming up for yours truly. Looking forward to calling all the home games here this year for the Riverhawks. And I saw the comment on the YouTube Riverhawk TV channel there that the broadcast, that the reason they brought me in, they wanted to improve the broadcast. And saw somebody saying it's already better, and we love that. And love to hear that. It's a 2-2 pitch, froze him at the plate, strike 3. Tristan Schaefer goes down looking. 3rd strikeout in the game for Dylan Schaefer. That's a big 2nd strikeout with runners at 2nd and 3rd. To bring up the 3-hitter, though, Zane Bidwell, he struck out in the 1st. He's looking to make amends for that, and if he can, he's got a chance to try and really break this one open a bit. Ground ball, 3rd base side, fielded back behind the bag. Long throw, but will be right on target for Kaysen Bleckert over to JT Penrod. That'll be the final out here. The Riverhawks leave 2 men stranded on base, cannot add to their lead. No runs. No runs on no hits. No errors. 2 men left on base. Well, as we head to the top of the 3rd inning, I was going to say, if you like the improvements now, just wait. We are waiting on some other things to fall into place, but we are hoping to make it even better here going forward. So this is just the first step in the process, and there is more good things to come with Riverhawk TV. Top of the 3rd coming up in a moment.
First batter for the Vikings to lead off the top of the third inning, number 7, Ricky Leon Guerrero.
First pitch of the third inning is fouled off by the top of the order here, Ricky Leon Guerrero II. Fouls it off sharply down the third base side for strike 1. And he will swing through for strike 2. I'm Joey Kieran. Very excited to be with you here for this season of UCC baseball. Looking forward to what is to come. Out to a good start right now for the Riverhawks in front, 2-1. Foul ball, first base side this time for Guerrero. On the mound, Logan Robinson with a lead to work with. He's given up just the one run that came in the first inning that put Ricky Leon Guerrero on base with a catcher's interference. The 0-2 pitch is inside. Guerrero waits on the 1-2 delivery from Robinson. Takes outside, 2-2 count. For Guerrero, his first season with the team, lost the handle on the bat. Bat came up short of the on-deck circle. The ball goes into the netting behind home. Guerrero, a freshman, first season here with the Vikings. They feel like they've got a nice mixture of old and new here. Pitch comes in inside, and Guerrero fell behind 0-2, fought off some pitches, but now has himself at a full count. 3-2 delivery from Robinson, misses high. That is ball 4, and Guerrero on base for a second time without getting a hit.
The next batter, number 3.
And he was the lone runner to come around and score. That is the third walk in this game for Logan Robinson. Saw some activity earlier for Big Bend in their bullpen. Nothing going right now in the bullpen for UCC. One on, and the pitch outside for ball 1 to Riley Doig. Doig drew a walk in his first at-bat. Doig played in all 46 games last season, had a .293 batting average, 7 doubles, 5 triples, 4 home runs. Big hitter. He was part of a duo, Riley Doig and Oak Held, batting 3 and 4 in the order last year. They've got Doig at the second position in the lineup and Held at the 5 spot, as Coach Josh Robbins will head out to the mound to have a conversation here with Logan Robinson, who has struggled to find the strike zone after starting off strong against Guerrero here to begin the third. Kind of getting a bit more erratic here as the inning has gone on. He's behind 2-0 against Riley Doig. Riley Doig was a first-team All-Region selection in the East last year, one of 3 returning All-League selection or All-Region selections last year for the Vikings. Oak Held was one as well, and then Brendan McKinley, a pitcher, earning all-region honors as well. Meeting on the mound is ushered back to the dugout. And the first pitch after the meeting, high and inside to Doig. Makes it a 3-0 pitch coming up here for Robinson. And he just can't hit the outside corner. He'll issue back-to-back walks. Look, it's not, it's baseball season and excited to be baseball season, but it's not baseball weather just yet. It is brisk. It's been colder here in the Umpqua Basin as of late, and I know for the Big Bend Vikings making the trip to get here, they had to go through some very wintry weather. First pitch to the big 3-hitter JT Penrod, the first baseman. The lefty takes high and away for ball 1. He's a guy that could do some damage here. So I would imagine this is not necessarily the ideal conditions for pitchers to want to be out there hurling on, but I'm sure they're used to it. You don't play in the Pacific Northwest without being used to starting your season in this kind of weather. Sophomore Penrod watches on the outside corner for strike 2. Penrod out of Nampa, Idaho, Columbia High School there. The 1-2 delivery from Logan Robinson takes in the dirt. Last year as a freshman, 34 games for JT Penrod. He had a .317 batting average. 2-2. Chops one towards first. They go to second for one. They will get the out there, but that is all. The throw from Stoddard a bit low and outside to Noah Cox. He's able to keep his back foot on the bag, but doesn't get a chance to try and turn and get the out at first for two. But they get one out on the ground out by Penrod.
Now batting number 25.
Assuming it's the fielder's choice for Penrod. Riley Doig out at second. And up to third will go Guerrero. First pitch outside, ball one to the cleanup hitter, Dallas Bowler, who walked in the first inning. 0 for 2 on the day for Penrod. He's had the ball caught in deep right field. That ball goes off the glove. Here comes the game-tying run. Guerrero will score as he slides in feet first. Ball goes off the glove. For the catcher Bidwell, and that allowed Guerrero to score from third. It's a 2-2 ball game. The count goes to 3-0 for Dallas Bowler. Penrod now at second base. 1 run in. The 3-0 pitch called for a strike. Guerrero has scored twice in this game. He has gotten on base with a catcher's interference and a walk, and both times he's been able to come around and score. Bowler, 3-1 pitch. Grounder towards short. On the short hop, gloved by Cox. An easy toss over to first base for the putout. Up to third will go Penrod. 2 away.
Number 11, Oak Held.
2-2 ball game as the 5-hitter Oak Held will stand in. He had the RBI ground out in the first that brought in a run. Gave Big Bend the lead early. Takes a breaking ball for a strike. The 0-1 delivery from Robinson. Misses outside. Oak Held last year. Batted .326, had 10 doubles, 2 triples, 2 home runs. He takes for ball 2. Held last year at 28 RBI in his freshman campaign. He's got a chance to pick one up here. Swings through on the 2-1 pitch. Can't catch up to it. There is some activity going on in the bullpen for the Riverhawks. Two-two delivery. That is A.J. Viktorovich out there getting loose. It's a 2-2 pitch, just low. Right over the plate, but just low. So the count's full with a man at third and 2 down here in the top of the third inning. We are tied once again at 2-2. Ball has popped up foul towards the bullpen, out of play down that right side. It was 1-0, Big Bend in front early. Then the Riverhawks took the lead 2-1 in the bottom of the first. Riverhawks missed out on a chance to add the lead in the second, and now Big Bend has rallied back to tie this one up as a foul ball on a defensive swing out of the 5-hitter Oak Held. The aces of the staff getting out there and struggling a little bit with their consistency in finding the zone as ball punched in the air out towards right field. Underneath it is Carson Dunn. And that wraps up things in the top of the third. But again, it's Ricky Guerrero that comes around to score and put a run on the board and tie things up. It was 1 run that came in, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We are through 2.5. Go to the bottom of the third. It is 2-2 our score here on Riverhawk TV. Getting ready for the bottom of the third inning here from Bill Gray Legion Stadium at Champion Car Wash Field. Umpqua Riverhawks baseball here on Riverhawks TV. Don't forget, fans of the Umpqua Riverhawks, coming up on your President's Day Monday, and we've got basketball action for you. The UCC men and women will be in action on Monday. 2 o'clock start time for the women and the men at 4. So continue your holiday weekend with some more Riverhawk action coming up on Monday for the basketball teams. First pitch from Dylan Schaefer, high and away against the lefty at Cole Stoddard, the first baseman. Stoddard 0 for 0 in the game, hit by a pitch and scored a run in the first inning. He scored the go-ahead run for the Riverhawks. Coming in to score on a ground ball single for Aiden Metzger. He's got a 2-0 count. He takes high, 3-0 from Dylan Schaefer. So we've seen some activity in both bullpens right now. A.J. Viktorovich still throwing out there for the Riverhawks. – 3-0 delivery in for a called strike against Stoddard. Got a righty out there throwing for the Vikings. We'll try to identify him. 3-1 pitch. That ball laced towards center field. Might get down in the alley. That's going to do it. It'll drop in for a base hit out in the left center field alley. And that is a single to start things here in the third. First hit of the year for Cole Stoddard. 1 for 1 on the day. So Stoddard finds his way on. And it'll bring up Noah Cox, the shortstop. 1 for 1 in the game with a single. His first time up that got the Riverhawks their first run of the year and tied this ball game up. Cox takes a breaking ball outside. This will be my annual plea to baseball decision makers out there to, if you've got the option, always put a jersey number on the front of the jersey as well as the back. I get it. Might be a cleaner look to have just numbers on the back, but if you've got a number on the back only, when you're in the outfield or in the infield, unless the guy turns around, I can't tell what number he is. Always hard, makes life harder for those of us trying to report and relay what's going on. It's one of my annual complaints about some of the baseball decisions made. Pitch high, 2-0 count, goes to 3-0 for Noah Cox. That is what is keeping me at the moment from being able to identify who is the guy warming up in the bullpen for the Vikings at the moment. 3-0 delivery from Schaefer. Misses for ball 4. Runners at first and second, as that'll be the 4th walk issued for Dylan Schaefer this afternoon. And that is going to prompt a pitching change. We'll find out who that man was in the bullpen for the Big Bend Vikings, as we're going to get our first call to the pen of the day. Dylan Schaefer is going to be done after 2 innings of work. That's all he's going to get credit for. And we'll be getting a new man coming in. Schaefer will go 2 innings. He's going to give up 3 hits total. Right now credited with just 2 runs. They would both be earned runs. And I've got him down for 4 walks, 3 strikeouts, and he did hit 2 batters as well. Getting a new guy taking over on the bump, and they're going to make him take off his forearm sleeve. As taking over for the Vikings is Cole McKinnon. Cole McKinnon will be the new man on the bump. Well, let's see here. Oh, that's last year's stats. That's why I can't find Cole McKinnon on the list there. Cole McKinnon there from Calgary, Alberta. Weber Academy, right-hander at 6'3", 175 pounds, a freshman, will get a chance to take over on the mound. We're going to step away here as the warm-up pitches come in. It is the bottom of the third, 2 runners on, nobody out, and a tie ball game, 2-2 here on Riverhawk TV.
Now batting for the Riverhawks, number 14.
Cole McKinnon will take over for Dylan Schaefer. He will face the left-handed batter, Rylan Heckman, who was hit by a pitch his first time up. 1 of 2 hit batters for Dylan Schaefer on the day. First pitch goes high and outside, goes off the glove for the catcher, Nick Kempker, to the backstop, and that allows both runners on base to move up 90 feet. I think Kempker was expecting that pitch to come in at a different location. And so he was a little out of position, didn't get the glove up fast enough in time. And the wild pitch moving both runners into scoring position. The 1-0 delivery to the lefty, Heckman, he takes high and outside, 2-0 count. A lot of Canadian guys on this roster for Big Bend out of Moses Lakes, Washington. It's an off-speed pitch, stays high and over the plate, but just elevated above the strike zone. Moses Lake kind of in the middle of the state of Washington. Got a straight shot up, what is that there? Pitch misses, ball 4. That is a 4-pitch walk for the new man on the mound. Not what you want to see. Heckman, without an official at-bat so far today, takes a 4-pitch walk. Bases are loaded with nobody out. Got a straight shot into Canada on some highway there. First pitch swinging, that ball will go up the middle, and they'll turn 2. And that'll be a big 2 outs, but it does bring in a run. And a productive trip to the plate for Aiden Metzger, who's already got 2 RBI on the day.
Now batting number 16, Jackson Thompson.
Aiden Metzger, the ground ball to shortstop, and they just easily able to turn 2. Fleck to Guerrero to Penrod. So it's now 3-2. Riverhawks in front with a man at third. 1-0 count to start here for Jackson Thompson, the second baseman. Grounded out to short his first time up. Low and outside on the breaking ball. Cole Stoddard scores for the second time in the ballgame on that RBI double play. Square down a bunt. Play to first base. Throw will be on target as Jackson Thompson trying to catch him off guard. Lays down the bunt, unable to find his way on base. That'll finish up the third inning, but the Riverhawks add to the scoreboard and retake the lead here. It'll be 3-2 as we head to the fourth. One run comes in on one hit, no errors, one man left on base. The Umpqua Riverhawks in their season opener against the Big Bend Vikings, leading it 3-2 here on Riverhawk TV.
For the Riverhawks in the third inning, one run scored on one hit. There was no errors, one runner left on base. First batter for the Vikings to lead off the top of the fourth inning, number 26, Nick Kemker.
Top of the fourth inning. The 6, 7, and 8 hitters coming up for the Vikings as they continue to face actually new man on the mound. It'll be a lefty out there. The ball fouled away, strike one. And I think I identified him as a right-hander down in the bullpen. I guess I just didn't quite grasp which angle I was looking at him out there, but that looks like A.J. Viktorovich has taken over on the mound. He's got the 0-1 pitch, and he'll get a strike called. It's 0-2. The lefty looking to make quick work here. Gets a foul ball back to the backstop. So 3 innings of work for Logan Robinson. We'll get you the final numbers on him here today. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed outside. And the throw down to first will be there in time. A strikeout. And we start things off here in the fourth inning with the second strikeout for Nick Kemker today.
22, Roman Baserto.
Roman Baserto will stand in. First pitch misses low and inside for ball one. So A.J. Viktorovich. The lefty slings one in there just below the knees. Surprised a little bit on that one, not getting called for a strike. Out of Coronado High School. Misses just below the zone again. And there is ball four. 4 straight pitches. After getting a strikeout against Kemker, issues 4 straight pitches out of the zone for a walk to Basturo.
Cameron Fleck.
That brings in the shortstop, Cameron Fleck. Flew out to right field. Back as a part of a 1-2-3 second inning. Swings and dribbles one down the third base side foul. Logan Robinson will finish out 3 innings worked. He gives up 2 runs. I believe they will both be earned runs. He did not allow a hit, but he walked 3. Make that walked 4. The 0-1 pitch misses, a 1-1 count. The 1-1 delivery for Fleck. Foul tipped into the glove. So Robinson, 3 innings, allowed 2 runs, no hits, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts. A catcher's interference in there as well. The 1-2, runner going, throw down to second base is going to be long. And safely into second goes Basturo. Puts the game-tying run in scoring position with 1 out, a 2-2 count at the plate for the 8-hitter, Cameron Fleck. That was the first time that Zane Bidwell behind the plate has had a chance to throw down to second. Foul tip again. Here in the top of the 4th inning, a 3-2 lead in favor of the Umpqua Riverhawks. Looking it up, Moses Lakes, Washington, the home city of Big Bend Community College. 7-hour trip to get here to Roseburg. Viktorovich will miss on his 2-2 offering. Not sure if the strike zone's a little tight, and that's got pitchers trying to really find their spots, or they're just struggling to get it there. But that pitch does not struggle. Swing and a miss for strike 3, 2 down. Fleck will be 0 for 2 on the day. Second strikeout in the inning for Viktorovich. Got a man at second after a walk to Basurdo. And now Kaysen Bleckert will stand in, trying to keep things moving for the Vikings here in the top of the 4th inning. Takes in the dirt for ball 1. Bleckert grounded out to short to finish things off in the second. The 1-0 pitch. That pitch missed, 2-0. That East region not too shabby last year in the NWAC. Spokane was 1 win away. They needed to beat Lynn Benton to advance to the conference championship final. So strike in at the belt on the inner half. So they were close. They were one of the final 4 teams in the NWAC tournament. Spokane could not quite make it there. They won the East region with a 19-9 record. Ball popped up, going to get out of play behind home, 2-2. Blue Mountain made it into the conference tournament as the 2 seed out of the East region. They were just behind, 1 game behind Spokane for the East region lead at 18-10 last year, but they went 0-2 in the conference tournament, were bounced early. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. And it didn't come in order, but A.J. Viktorovich, the lefty, comes in and strikes out the side. He allowed 1 walk there in the middle, but he gets 3 strikeouts to keep it a 1-run advantage for the Umpqua Riverhawks. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base. Go to the bottom of the 4th inning when we come back here on Riverhawk TV.
For the Vikings in the 4th inning, no runs scored, no hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. First batter for the Riverhawks, number 2, Carson Gunn.
go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Umpqua Riverhawks taking on Big Bend in the season opener to the 2025 season. Right now, 3-2 advantage for the Riverhawks. Carson Dunn at the plate. An 0-1 pitch is fouled back for strike 2. Carson Dunn, a walk. Ended up finding himself at third back in the second inning. The Riverhawks could not take advantage in that second. They were able to get some runners into scoring position. The ball popped up right side, playable in foul territory for the first baseman, Penrod, who will make the catch and rifle it around the horn. One away for the Riverhawks.
Now batting number 21, Aiden O'Malley.
Umpqua Riverhawks last year started out the season with a pair of wins against Spokane, the winner of the East region a year ago, before they then hosted Big Bend for a 4-game series. Called strike. The 1-1 count now for the leadoff man, Aiden O'Malley, who is 0 for 1 in the game, a walk and a strikeout for him. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. O'Malley trying to get things going out of that leadoff spot. Has not put the ball in play as of yet. On the mound. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball for strike 3. And a punch out for Cole McKinnon, who's looking like he has settled in just a little bit. His first strikeout of the year. There's 2 down. Cole McKinnon came in for Dylan Schaefer in the third inning. We'll run through the final line for Dylan Schaefer. First pitch, high and away, 1-0 to the 2-hitter, Tristan Schaefer, who is 0 for 1 in the game. A walk, a run scored, a strikeout looking, and he does have a stolen base as well. Squares to bunt, puts it down, back in front of home, fielded. Throw to first is high, and it was not going to be in time. Coach Whistler telling us he's the fastest guy maybe in the program's history since its return to action after a 35-year hiatus, and showing off the wheels there. Tristan Schaefer will have his first hit of his career as a Riverhawk. It's a bunt single. Puts a man on with 2 outs. Riverhawks leading by 1. Ball fouled off by Bidwell for strike 1. Zane Bidwell 0 for 2 in the game. The Riverhawks are looking to win back-to-back season openers for the first time since the 2020-2021 seasons. Ball popped up in the air right side. Tailing foul. Diving attempt by Guerrero out of his reach. Riley Doig, the right fielder, unable to get there in time to help out. And the first baseman, that's just a tough angle for Penrod to try and get to that ball. It'll land foul. Strike 2 for Zane Bidwell. Bidwell will be back at the plate with Tristan Schaefer back at first. Dylan Schaefer, 2 innings work, gave up 3 runs on 3 hits, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts, and 2 hit batters. As the ball softly rolled towards short, picked up, and across the diamond for Fleck. And that'll retire the side here in the 4th inning. So the 4th inning, fairly uneventful, but Tristan Schaefer might remember it, his first hit in a Riverhawk jersey. Congratulations to him there. No runs on the 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We are through 4 of our 9 innings here in this one. It is still a tight one, low-scoring affair, 3-2. Umpqua Riverhawks in front of the Big Bend Vikings. Back with more here on Riverhawk TV. Head to the top of the 5th inning. And A.J. Viktorovich misses low and outside as he will begin his 2nd inning of work for the Riverhawks. Faces off against the top of the order here. Guerrero has been a tough out. He will pop this one into foul territory, though, to start things off here in the 5th inning. Caught by Cole Stoddard at first, 1 away. It'll be Riley Doig, who has walked twice in this one. Top of the order has been on base. The 1-2 hitters, they've been on base now 4 out of the 5 at-bats that they've had. Catcher's interference and a walk for Guerrero got him on twice before he just flew out in foul territory. He scored both runs of the game. It's a swing and a miss. A 1-1 count for Riley Doig, who has walked twice in this game. Viktorovich, a 1-1 delivery. Bounces in front of the plate. A.J. Viktorovich out of Coronado High School in Henderson, Nevada. His sophomore season here for him. Last year, made 2 appearances. Had a 1-0 record. Only 2 innings worked as he misses high. So already they're calling on him early, looking for him to carry a little bit bigger load this year. Last year, 2 innings worked, had a 9.00 ERA. 3-1 is fouled off the front foot. That'll sting on a cooler day like today for Riley Doig. Viktorovich, 2 walks, no strikeouts in those 2 appearances last year. But out of high school, had a good career there at Coronado as he will swing, got a piece of it. He gets Riley Doig chasing a breaking ball in the dirt, just got the laces of that baseball to stay alive. 3-2 delivery once again. High and away, ball 4. Walks an issue for both sides here today. That is the 3rd walk for Doig. And that is the 6th walk issued by the UCC pitching staff. Viktorovich back in 2023, class of 2023, a 2nd-team all-conference selection for Coronado as a senior. And if you're a lefty in high school, that is a huge boost. At least here, at least my experience here in the state of Oregon, if you're a left-handed thrower, man, there's not a lot of them, and it is always something that kind of twists up high school hitters. Pitch in the dirt, 1-0 count, goes to 2-0. Runner at first does not try to test the arm of Zane Bidwell as that ball trickled down first base. JT Penrod, the left-handed first baseman. He's 0 for 2 in the game, reached on a fielder's choice in the 3rd inning. Lefty-lefty matchup, he takes a strike on a breaking ball, tailed away from the hitter. Reached on the fielder's choice in the 3rd inning on a ground ball to first base. They tried to start a double play, only got the out at 2nd. The 2-1, strike 2 taken. That sweeping breaking ball out of Viktorovich. Cutting away from the lefty, and Penrod has been kind of bailing on that pitch early. A 2-2 delivery. Runner going, ground ball, hit and run on is going to work out. It trickles into right field. Carson Dunn will come up, gets it back into the infield. Runners on the corners for the Vikings here in the 5th. Penrod will have the first hit of the game for Big Bend. They have been hitless through the first 4. Finally get one on the board here in the top of the 5th. All the way going 1st to 3rd on the hit and run. Riley Doig in scoring position to try and tie this one up. Just the 1 out. First pitch sweeps towards the ankles of the right-handed hitting Dallas Bowler. Ball 1. Logan Robinson gave up 4 walks. There was the catcher's interference in there, so he gave up plenty of base runners, but did not give up a hit through the first 3 innings. And in the 4th inning, a walk, but then 3 strikeouts for Viktorovich. They made it through 2 batters here in the 5th, but the 3rd time through the lineup, the hitter's starting to warm up a bit here on this cool day in the Umpqua Basin. The pitch high, 2-1 count here for Bowler. Runners on the corners, a 1-run ball game. Game-tying run at 3rd right now for the Vikings. The 2-1 pitch down the pipe for a strike. Big hitter Cleanup man, DH, Dallas Bowler. That was one that was right for the taking, and he lets it go by. Bowler 0 for 1 in the game with a ground out to short, also a walk to his tally. His first time facing Viktorovic, popped up, out of play behind home. Big Bend looking for a stronger start to their season than they had last year, is reaching for a pitch at the top of the zone, softly lifted to center field, charging in, a sliding catch made, throw to the plate, not going to be in time. It'll be a sac fly for Dallas Bowler on a sliding catch by Tristan Schaefer in center field. Made a great throw to the plate, just the fact that he had to slide to get to that ball, that just slowed him down on getting the ball back in time to get Riley Doig. Strike called on the first pitch to Oak Held. Tie ball game once again. Third time we've been tied here today. Another strike called against Held. He's behind 0-2. Dallas Bowler will get his first RBI of the year as he ties us up. Oak Held had an RBI back in the first on a ground out. Takes inside on the 0-2 pitch. Got a man at first with 2 down. The 1-2 pitch. And it's a swing and a miss for the final out here in the top of the 5th. Big Bend was looking to try and recapture the lead for the first time since they led 1-0 at the start of the ball game. But Viktorovic shuts it down. He does give up the lead, though. 1 run comes in on 1 hit. There were no errors. 1 man left on base. 3-3 ball game. And the Vikings have their first hit of the season on that single by JT Penrod. We'll be back with the bottom of the 5th here as the Riverhawks look to recapture the lead against the Big Bend Vikings.
First batter for the Riverhawks, number 27, Cole Stoddard.
It'll be the left-handed first baseman, Cole Stoddard, to lead things off for us here in the bottom of the 5th as the Riverhawks and the Big Bend Vikings are tied at 3 apiece. First pitch, strike 1 for Cole McKinnon on the mound. McKinnon will face Stoddard and Cox, and then Heckman. That rounds out his first time through the lineup card. Ball lifted to center field. Laced a line drive right to center field. Ended up going to the turf for Basurto out in center field to make that play. Those are one of those kind of line drive shots right at a defender that sometimes it's hard to judge exactly how far it's going to carry. Basurto does a nice job to make sure he stays in front of it. Makes the first out on that out to center field. But I think at first he thought that ball was going to carry a little bit on him, then kind of came back in and ended up having to kind of slide down as he was making the catch to make sure he got it in the leather. Strike called on the first pitch now to Noah Cox, the last batter to face off against McKinnon for the first time. He lifts one right side. A routine fly ball out to Riley Doig for the second out. 2 away.
Your next batter, number 14.
And it's Rylan Heckman. He was the first batter to face off against McKinnon back in the 3rd inning when he came in for Dylan Schaefer. He drew a walk in the first at-bat that McKinnon had of the season. Swing and a miss for strike 1. McKinnon seems to be finding a bit of a groove here. He has now retired 3 straight, looking to make it 4 and make it a 1-2-3 bottom of the 5th and keep this game tied. The 0-1 delivery out of the windup for the righty. Bounces it in. 1-1. It was about 45 degrees as we got things started here today. Definitely is a cool one. That ball inside gets by to the backstop for a 2-1 count. 52 degrees now in Roseburg. Might see some rain sometime later this evening. Hopefully we should be wrapped up by then. 2-1 pitch fouled off the front foot for strike 2 to Heckman. Tomorrow, though, we are looking at a 90% chance for rain here in the Umpqua Basin. Two-two pitch. High. Full count. Tomorrow, we're starting at 11 a.m., and it kind of looks like the entire period of time that we are expecting to be trying to get games in, there's at least a chance for some rain. Ball popped out and out of play. Stays a full count. But that is why UCC plays so many home games to start out the season. They've got 22 of 24 games to start the year here at home. And that is why, is because this field can play throughout a little bit of rain. 3-2 is fouled off again. Third base side out of play, out of the stadium into the parking lot over by Stewart Parkway. For Rylan Heckman, looking for his first hit. He's been on base twice, but a hit by pitch and a walk have been the 2 reasons he's gotten on. Riverhawks going through the lineup for a 3rd time here, facing their second pitcher. No activity going on in either bullpen as of yet, as another ball popped up and another one out of play. So the battle will continue for Rylan Heckman. Full count pitch coming for the pitcher, McKinnon. Delivered. That ball belted pretty well. That's going to get over the heads of the outfielders. Over the left fielder, Oak held. He'll chase it to just in front of the warning track, and we have our first extra base hit of the day. Out at second base, Rylan Heckman celebrating his first hit of the season. A double over the head of the left fielder, Oak held. I think that ball carried a little bit more than was expected. And still really no wind here at Champion Car Wash Field today, but that ball pretty well struck there by Heckman to one of the deeper parts of the park. So a double to put a man in scoring position with 2 outs here in the 5th inning. Strike at the top of the zone to Aiden Metzger. Metzger had the second hit of the game for the Riverhawks. It drove in the go-ahead run back in the 1st. Wouldn't you look at it? He's in a similar spot here with a chance to drive in another go-ahead run. Actually, this is the guy you want at the plate for this situation. It's a pitch in the dirt. Aiden Metzger has 2 RBI. He's 1 for 2 on the day. And both times he's been up to bat, he has driven in the go-ahead run for the Riverhawks. His single in the 1st brought in Cole Stoddard to make it a 2-1 game. A ground into a double play with the bases loaded and nobody out. Brought in Cole Stoddard again to make it 3-2 at that time. He bats here with Rylan Heckman at second base and 2 outs. And he's got a chance to make it a 4-3 game if he can put a ball in play. Takes a strike. He's got a 1-2 count. Metzger waits. Doesn't chase the outside pitch. Nice job being disciplined at the plate. It's a 2-2 pitch coming up. Cole McKinnon trying to get out of it, keep this game tied. Ground ball towards short, takes one hop off the turf. A throw across the diamond is a strike from Fleck to Penrod, and that'll round it out. So Metzger couldn't come through for a third time on the day. He's already had a great day. Was looking to try and have an amazing one. Final out there made in the bottom of the fifth. No runs, one hit. There were no errors, and one man left on base. We're through 5 innings of play. It's still tied here. 3-3 our score as we go to the top of the sixth here on Riverhawk TV.
For your Riverhawks in the fifth inning, they had no runs scored, one hit, no errors, one runner left on base. First batter for the Vikings, number 26, Nick Kempker.
The lefty A.J. Viktorovich will send his first pitch in a bit low as he will face Nick Kempker for a second time. 1-0-1 pitch, laced towards third base, snagged at his shoe tops. First action of the day for Aiden Metzger at the bag defensively, and he comes up with a nice play on a sharply hit ball to third by Kempker, who will be now 0 for 3 on the day. One away to start things off here in the top of the sixth.
Now batting Roman Basurto.
Roman Basurto will dig in, the center fielder. Takes a strike, 0-1 count. Basurto a strikeout and a walk. Second time hitters are seen. A.J. Viktorovich, the lefty, check swing, did not go around on appeal, according to our first base umpire. 1-1 count. Chopper got to charge it. It'll be the shortstop to take it. Cox over to Stoddard. 2 down. One of those in-betweeners there played perfectly by Noah Cox at shortstop. Aiden Metzger was there charging in to try and see if he could provide some assistance, but I think that was the right play there for Noah Cox to make that play off the turf and throw across the diamond for the Riverhawks. So 1-0 count to start for Cameron Fleck, the 8-hitter, shortstop for the Vikings. He pops it up. Playable right side. It'll be done calling everybody off, and Carson will make the catch. He's had a busy day in right field. It's a 1-2-3 inning defensively here in the top of the sixth. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. All of maybe 5-6 pitches in that frame for A.J. Viktorovich. So it's a quick one there. We stay tied at 3 as we go to the bottom of the sixth here on Riverhawk Radio. Should be Riverhawk TV. Welcome you back here to an overcast day in the Umpqua Basin at Champion Car Wash Field as we begin the bottom of the 6th inning. At the plate, Jackson Thompson, the second baseman, swinging away on the first pitch, fouls it off for strike one as he faces Cole McKinnon. Off the end of the bat, popped in the air right side, high up in the air, playable. The second baseman into the outfield turf. Guerrero there to make the catch, one away.
The next batter, number 2, Carson Dunn.
Brings up Carson Dunn, who was 0 for 1 in the game. Reached on a walk in the second inning. He flew out to the first baseman in foul territory against Cole McKinnon his first time up. Takes right around belt buckle high on the inside edge for strike one. Well, off in the distance, you can see the turf on the natural grass and dirt field here at Stewart Park as a strike two. Don't know if you can, you might be able to see it if you really squinted on the video stream there. Off in the distance, you see the turf on the field. That is the home of Umpqua Riverhawks softball this season. There's a ball fouled into the stands. Look out. Carson Dunn defending the plate with an 0-2 count, stays alive with one out, nobody on. Umpqua Riverhawks softball going to be coming up this spring, their first season. There's a pitch outside, 1-2 count. The UCC softball team just getting established. And their first game is going to be coming up at February 26th. The 1-2 pitch fouled back. Staying alive, Carson Dunn. First game of the first season of softball at UCC will be February 26th at Pacific University in Forest Grove. So they're not going to be playing here at home just yet. They're going to be on the road to start. The breaking ball, just misses inside for Carson Dunn. He will stay alive. First home game scheduled to be played here at Stewart Park is going to be coming up in March as the strike zone has shrunk on Cole McKinnon. He cannot find that edge against Carson Dunn, who has been up there with an eagle eye. The 3-2 pitch taken for ball 4. And Dunn will find his way on base with a walk for a second time. That is the second walk issued by Cole McKinnon. Issued a walk to Rylan Heckman in his first batter faced. And after that, he settled in nicely. He's given up a couple of hits, but has not given up a run. This ball fouled off. The one run that came in to score while McKinnon was on the mound did go to the credit of Dylan Schaefer, who allowed 3 on 3 hits, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts, and 2 hit batters. 0-1 delivery coming up to the leadoff man, Aiden O'Malley, who's looking to get things off the schneid here to start this season. Takes a breaking ball low, 1-1 count. He is 0 for 2 with a walk and 2 strikeouts. Got the speedy Carson Dunn at first. He's got a stolen base already this year. Tie ball game, 3-3 here in the bottom of the 6th. Runner going. That ball popped up, and he'll get out of play behind home for strike 2. So if you're looking to catch up with the UCC softball team as they make their debut season, March 22nd will be the first time they're scheduled to play here at home. Now, they don't have turf over there as of yet. Not to say that that's not in the plans for the future at some point, but they are going to have to do some great job keeping that field playable. There's a ball in the air right side, not very deep. It will actually just be into the outfield grass. On the right side, Guerrero, the second baseman, makes the catch for the second out. Carson Dunn retreating back to first base. 2 down. Tristan Schaefer, the 2-hitter, stands in. He is 1 for 2 on the day, a walk and a bunt single for his first hit and a Riverhawks uniform. Runner going. Throw down to second base. Not in time. 1-0 count for Tristan Schaefer, now with a man in scoring position. One-0 delivery. McKinnon looking to second, starts his windup, fires in, and that ball will get out of play. Tristan Schaefer also a strikeout looking, but his one time facing off against Cole McKinnon so far today, he laid down that bunt single in the fourth. Could be a chance to do it again here. Third baseman playing back with a runner at second. Not showing a bunt, taking in the dirt, 2-1 count. 2 away in the bottom of the sixth inning. Riverhawks, they've been, at least offensively, in control in this one, leading with 5 hits. Only 1 hit on the other side for Big Bend, but the Vikings have been able to scratch and claw their way to a couple of runs in this one, and they've tied it up at 3-3. Game 1 of our twin bill going on. The 2-1 pitch from McKinnon. Slap down the first base side to a knee. Penrod scoops it and takes it to first base himself to make it a scoreless frame for the Riverhawks. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base. Well, quite the battle here as these two teams trying to get their season off on the right foot and trying to get some momentum going. But definitely early on in the season, probably plenty of things that everybody's still working on as they make their way through. We'll be back with the 7th inning here on Riverhawk TV.
First batter for the Vikings to lead off the top of the 7th, number 5, Kason Blecker.
First pitch in the dirt for Kason Bleckert, the 9-hitter in the lineup card for head coach Chase Tunstall and the Big Bend Vikings. He takes for a 2-0 count. On the mound, A.J. Viktorovich, the lefty, still dealing. Gets a ground ball hit softly towards third, scooped up and across the diamond for Aiden Metzger. He's gotten a little bit of action here as of late. Ground out there, 1 away.
Now batting number 7, Ricky Leon Guerrero.
That is now 6 consecutive outs for A.J. Viktorovich. He misses low, 1-0 count. The start of that, though, was a sac fly by Dallas Bowler that tied this ball game up. 1-0 pitch. Line drive, 1 hop into the glove for Metzger at third. He fields it cleanly and across the diamond makes a spectacular play. 2 down. A little bit of glove work
The next batter, number
there at third base.
Soy.
The first pitch, a strike call, a little bit of look back at that. Oh, my apologies there. Didn't time up that replay the way I was hoping to. It was a strike, 0-2 count. That was the replay of that nice snag at third base. 0-2 just out off the edge. 1-2 count. Broadcasters are still getting themselves back into the groove of things here, too. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. We didn't miss the punch-out pitch for you. A big strikeout there for Viktorovich. And that will be a quick top half of the 7th inning. For Viktorovich, his 5th strikeout in his relief appearance. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We've hit the 7th inning stretch. Game 1 of our doubleheader. We're tied at 3 here on Riverhawk TV.
First batter for the Riverhawks to lead off the bottom of the seventh, catcher Zane Bidwell.
Bottom of the seventh inning, tie ball game 3-3. Zane Bidwell leading off. The catcher has one buzz the tower. Turns his head out of the way at the last second. Stays out of the way of the pitch from Cole McKinnon. The bullpens have been going longer than the starters as a ground ball rolled up the middle. Cameron Fleck will bounce one into first, but it is scooped by Penrod. Okay, the first baseman doing a nice job there to make sure that ball doesn't get by. Bidwell doing a nice job hustling down the line, but he can't beat out the throw. One away. I'm going to bring up the lefty Cole Stoddard. The first baseman is 1 for 2 today. Flew out to center field his last time up on a low line drive right to center fielder Roman Basurdo. Stoddard trying to start something here in this bottom of the seventh inning, fouls off a pitch. Coach Whistler down at third base, a little different setup than what they had done under previous coach Jeremiah Robbins. Robbins would always be in the dugout, let his assistants be out there on the bases as a strike called. Coach Whistler trying to figure out his style a little bit here. He said that they're going to start out with him out there at third base and kind of see how it goes and whether or not they want to stick with that. They might have some trial and error here early on with some of the kind of more organizational type of things that they're trying to figure out as they get things going with the new coaching staff. His assistants are a couple of familiar names for Riverhawks fans through the years. It's a 2-2 pitch fouled off by Stoddard. Stays alive against McKinnon. Out at first base is former UCC player, recently former, Michael Friend. Spent 1 year at University of Oregon last year. Now back here with the Riverhawks as a coach. There's a ground ball. That one off the front foot for Stoddard, I believe. It trickled right down the first base side in fair territory, but foul called at the plate, or a dead ball called at the plate by the home plate umpire. 2-2 delivery for the big Cole Stoddard, and again fouls it off his front foot. So you've got Michael Friend down there. He was a shortstop when he came to UCC, ended up as a pitcher, went to U of O, I believe, as a pitcher there. Got some time with the Ducks. Now he's back in his first job as a coach after his playing days have wrapped up. Ball fouled off as Stoddard battles here with McKinnon. And then in the dugout right now, you've got Josh Robbins, who is in his third year as an assistant coach on staff for the Riverhawks. He was a player here for a little bit, and then I think kind of stepped right into a coaching role after he got done with his playing time here at UCC. It's a 2-2 pitch, grounder, back to the mound, fielded by McKinnon, underhand flip for the second out. And the pitcher will win the battle on that one. 2 away. Noah Cox will step in. Josh Robbins, the nephew of former coach Jeremiah Robbins. Then you've got another one of his nephews, Jeremiah Robbins, same name, in the dugout right now for the Riverhawks as a catcher. Freshman year out of North Medford High School. So the bloodline here in this program continues for the Robbins, but Josh Robbins has been on staff and now in his third year. He's in the dugout. Ball hit towards left field. Well hit. Oak held. We'll get back to it in time, though. And he's underneath it for the final out here in the bottom of the seventh. 1-2-3 frame. A long battle between Cole Stoddard and Cole McKinnon, but it was won by the pitcher, and it keeps it a tie ball game as we go to the eighth inning here between the Riverhawks and the Vikings on Riverhawks TV.
New pitcher for the Riverhawks, number 26, Brevin Harrison.
Go to the top of the 8th inning here on Riverhawk TV. UCC and Big Bend in a tight battle as a ball lifted towards left center field. That ball tailing towards left field. Just a little Texas leaguer blooping into the outfield for a base hit to lead things off here in the 8th inning. As that'll be JT Penrod, the 3-hitter, steps in to start things off. That'll be the second hit of the day for Penrod, the big first baseman. He gets on as he faces a new pitcher. Pitch high and inside, ball 1. For the new man on the mound, it's Brevin Harrison out of Roseburg High School here in town. Harrison delivers. That ball's lifted to right field. Playable out there for Carson Dunn. And there's one away.
Next batter, number 11, Oak Held.
Brevin Harrison wearing number 26 here today, it looks like. It's a good thing I know who he is. He's from our local school. Called his games last year at Roseburg High School. He's wearing number 26. He's on 36 on the printed roster. As he works across to strike. A 0-1 count for Harrison against Oak Held. Strike called, 0-2. Held up to bat with 1 out after Dallas Bowler. Bowler had that fly ball out to right field. Out to Carson Dunn. The 0-2 delivery. Runner showed as if he was going, did not. Foul ball at the plate for Oak Held. Stays with an 0-2 count. So A.J. Viktorovich had a nice job out of the bullpen. Gave up 1 run. But overall, nice outing. Ate up some innings. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Foul tip into the glove. As Brevin Harrison will get his first strikeout of the season. His first year of college ball is already into it. I'm really excited for him. This is one of the joys of getting a chance to do this. Is some guys that I got to call for the last couple of years at the high school levels, now getting a chance to see them and how their careers advance. And I'm really excited for Brevin Harrison, a guy that came on as senior season, gets a line drive to shortstop. It's snagged out of the air by Noah Cox, and that'll wrap up things here in the top of the 8th. Way to go, Brev. Gives up a hit to lead things off, but settles in and gets out of things in the top of the 8th inning to keep this ball game tied. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It is still 3-3 in this one here on Riverhawk TV.
First batter,
Heading to the bottom of the 8th inning in a tie ball game, 3-3 between Umpqua Riverhawks and the Big Bend Vikings. Cole McKinnon's back out on the mound. He is into his 6th inning of work for the Vikings after starter Dylan Schaefer went 2 innings. First pitch in the dirt for ball 1 against Rylan Heckman. The lefty is 1 for 1 in the game, hit by a pitch, a walk, and a double. Nice day for him at the plate. Takes low, 2-0 count. Heckman had that double and a walk against McKinnon. McKinnon has issued just 2 walks in the game. 2-0 pitch. Hit towards short. On the run, glove, throw over to first base. A little off target, but a nice stretch by Penrod. Able to get there for the out. First time on the day that Heckman has not reached base. That's 1 away. Brings up Aiden Metzger, who's also been productive at the plate. He's 1 for 3, but he does have 2 RBI. He'll be your team leader in that category unless some things change here down the stretch, although the Riverhawks do hope that they can drive in at least one more run here in a tie ball game, 3-3. 1-0 pitch to Metzger. He squares to bunt and will foul it off. A.J. Viktorovich, the pitcher for UCC, came out after the 7th inning. That was Brevin Harrison pitching the 8th. The ball fouled back. And Viktorovich goes 4 innings, gave up 1 run on 1 hit, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. On the day, 7 strikeouts for the Vikings at the plate for the Umpqua Riverhawks. Pitch outside, 2-2. Let's see here. McKinnon has just 1 strikeout. 4 strikeouts total for the Riverhawks hitters. 2-2 pitch. That ball is popped up out of play. McKinnon's given up 2 walks, so 6 walks total and 2 hit batters for the Vikings pitching staff. So 8 free passes. As a check swing, they say he went around. Tag applied easily by Kemker behind the plate. That'll be a strikeout for Metzger. And there's the second strikeout for Cole McKinnon. And that will bring up Jackson Thompson, the 8 hitter, 0 for 3 in the game. Looking to start something here in the 8th. Takes a strike on the outside corner. Coming up in the 9th inning for the Vikings, they will have the 7, 8, 9 hitters due up. We'll see what the Riverhawks do with their pitching staff. Was Brevin Harrison in for 1 inning of short relief, and then they turn to a closer? We'll find out. The 1-1, ground ball, comebacker, gets by the pitcher, gets by the shortstop into center field, and Jackson Thompson has his first hit of the year. That ball, I thought the pitcher had it, but as he continued to spin, he got his glove. McKinnon, from his glove side, had to reach across his body, and as he spun to try and get it, you finally saw the ball make its way up the middle of the infield and then past the diving shortstop, Cameron Fleck, into shallow center field for a ground ball that just gets by every glove on the infield. A seeing eye single there for Jackson Thompson. He's 1 for 4 with that single. It's the 6th hit in the game for the Riverhawks. This ball is lifted high in the air out towards left field, circling underneath it the center fielder Basurto. I don't know why I'm suddenly struggling with that name. I apologize. Out to center field, though, for the final out. So the Riverhawks will get 1 man on, but they can't do anything with it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Let's go to the 9th inning. It's a tie ball game here in the season opener from Champion Car Wash Field between the Big Bend Vikings and the Umpqua Riverhawks here on Riverhawks TV.
First batter, number 22, Roman Basurto.
Roman Basurto will lead things off to start off the 9th inning. It is Brevin Harrison that stays on the mound for the Riverhawks, and he rifles in a first pitch strike at the knees. Harrison gave up a hit in his first batter faced, and then retired the next 3 batters to finish off the 8th inning, leaving a man stranded at first. He's looking to try and get a quick 1-2-3 9th inning and give the top of the order a chance for the Riverhawks to see if they can walk off with a win in the season opener. 0-2 pitch. Ground ball left side. Backhanded it short. Cox long throw, and it skips by the first baseman. Backing up the play will be Bidwell. That was a long throw. Kind of caught the first baseman Stoddard in an in-between hop. And so that will put a man on at first. And we're going to call it a throwing error on the shortstop. That's a tough play there for Cox, but he got to it quickly. And if the throw is handled at first base by Stoddard, it's an out. But the throw gets by and allows Basurto a chance to get on base for a second time here today. First error in the ballgame. That is the go-ahead runner on at first. Cameron Fleck will bat. He squares to bunt, did offer. Behind the plate, Bidwell up quickly, looking to maybe throw down to first base. The runner did not get off the bag too far, so no throw. 0-1 count to start for Fleck. He squares around, looking to lay down this sac bunt. It draws in Metzger from third. Strike taken, throw down to second base. Not in time. Go-ahead run into scoring position as Basurto steals second. The throw by Bidwell was a good one, but it didn't quite get there in time. It was on target, just a hair behind. It's an 0-2 count for the 8-hitter Cameron Fleck, not showing a bunt anymore. Swings away, pops it up on the infield, playable for the second baseman. Jackson Thompson reaches up and makes the grab, one away. So the Riverhawks get the first out they need. It'll be Kason Bleckert, who was 0 for 3 in the ball game, to stand in next. First pitch from Harrison bounces in front of the plate. 1-0 count. Brevin Harrison, mentioned out of Roseburg High School, just down the street. And actually, Roseburg High School plays their home games here at Champion Car Wash Field as well. 1-0 pitch is low. 2-0 count. Brevin Harrison, during the summer, playing American Legion baseball on this field as well. Had 10 games, started 6, had a 1-1 record with 2 saves, pitched 32 and 2/3 innings, had a 4.07 ERA. Gives up a fly ball to right field, playable for Dunn. He'll make the catch, tagging, and not going to go all the way, and that's a good decision as Carson Dunn sends that relay throw in from right field, right on target to Metzger at third. And out at second base, Basurto would have, I would assume, been dead to rights at third if he had tried to take off, tagging and running. 2 down on the fly ball out to right field. It'll bring up the top of the order. The one-hitter, Guerrero, has been on base twice out of his 4 trips to the plate. He'll take lone outside. Guerrero walked once, had a catcher's interference that got him on base. Both times on base, he came around to score. He has since flown out to the first baseman and grounded out to third. The 1-0 pitch. Line drive right side. That's going to get down, and that's likely going to drive home the go-ahead run. It's taken by the center fielder in the alley, and it's an RBI single for Ricky Leon Guerrero. And he makes it a 4-3 advantage for Big Bend on just the 3rd hit of the game for the Vikings. Guerrero, his first hit of the day. Line drive shot just over the top of the second baseman, Thompson. First pitch fouled away now. for Riley Doig, the two-hitter. Walked 3 times and a strikeout. So Basurdo scored from second with 2 outs, running all the way on that ball in play. Ground ball towards short. Cox with plenty of time will get it to first just ahead of Doig. It came 1 batter too late. The final out of the 9th inning will end things there, but a big 2-out RBI single by Ricardo Leon Guerrero has given the Vikings their first lead since it was 1-0 back in the first inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 9th inning. The Riverhawks need 1 to force it into extras, 2 to walk off with a victory. 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error. And that is going to be an unearned run for Brevin Harrison. And it'll leave 1 man on base. 4-3 our score as we head to the bottom of the 9th here on Riverhawk TV.
Pitcher for the Vikings, number 29, Nolan Soderstrom. First batter for the Riverhawks to lead off the bottom of the 9th inning.
Well, it comes down to this here in the season opener. The Riverhawks trying to start out the season with a win for a 2nd consecutive year. For the Big Bend Vikings, they're trying to make up for an 0-for-4 weekend against the Riverhawks to start out last year, and they are leading 4-3, but the game-tying run on base on the first pitch here in the 9th. Aiden O'Malley finally breaks through, gets a base hit as he lines one down the line in left field, on with a leadoff single as we get things underway here in the bottom of the 9th. 4-3, the Vikings in front, but the game-tying run on at first as Tristan Schaefer will stand in. Taking over on the mound is a right-hander, Nolan Soderstrom for Big Bend. Pop up, back behind home, fouled, and it will land as strike 1 as Tristan Schaefer tried to bunt his runner over and popped it up, almost playable behind home there for the catcher, Nick Kempker. Oh, 1 count here. Squaring to bunt again. Push it first base side. Playable for the pitcher. Throw to first. Will get there just in time. Speedy Tristan Schaefer almost beating that out, but he'll get credit for a sac bunt. 1 away. The game-tying run now at second base.
Now batting number 18, Zane
Heart of the
Bidwell.
lineup coming up here, and they are looking to try and do the damage. Zane Bidwell, 0-for-4 in the game with 3 groundouts in his last 3 at-bats, 2 of them to shortstop, 1 to third. If anything, if you're going to ground out, you'd like to have it on the right side of the infield here to allow the runner at second to move up. First pitch is a breaking ball outside. Ball 1. Nolan Soderstrom, a sophomore out of Snohomish, Washington, 6 foot, 185 pounds. Check swing fouled off for Bidwell. Soderstrom last year had 13 appearances, all of them out of the bullpen. He had an 0-3 record with 1 save and 19 1/3 innings worked. He's got a 1-1 pitch here against Zane Bidwell. They pick off the second base, almost thrown past the second baseman Guerrero. He knocked it down, and it kind of gets knocked down by the runner Aiden O'Malley as well. 0-3 record with 1 save and 19 1/3 innings last year for Soderstrom. He had a 4.66 ERA, 20 strikeouts, only 6 walks, as he gets a big swing and a miss out of Bidwell for strike 2. 1-2 count with the game-tying run at second base for the Riverhawks here in Game 1 of our doubleheader today. Zane Bidwell trying to get on base for the first time. Chases a breaking ball. It's in the dirt. The throw's going to go to first as the runner takes off from second. O'Malley will get to third base, but there's 2 down now, as Soderstrom will get a strikeout. O'Malley gets to third. So here we go. Big moment. It's the cleanup hitter, Cole Stoddard. He is 1 for 3 today, was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. He has scored twice, and he is looking for a chance at his first RBI of the season, and it could be a big one, trying to keep this game going. First pitch inside at the knees. Well, how about this? A tight moment to start out the season. What a fun way to get this season started. Riverhawks trying to make it even more fun for the home crowd here today. Pitch low, 2-0 count. And I'm sure that dugout would love to try and get a win for Coach Jake Whistler in his first game as the head coach of this program. Would love to start it off with a victory, but they've got to come back from a 4-3 deficit. They've got the game-tying run at third right now. The 2-0 pitch for Soderstrom. Misses low and outside with his breaking ball. Cole McKinnon did a great job, and he is in line to get a win if they can pull it out here. Cole McKinnon out of the bullpen pitched 6 strong innings of relief for the Vikings. Walk issued to Stoddard. Don't necessarily blame him on that. They walk the cleanup hitter. That is the 7th walk of the day for the pitching staff out of Big Bend. And here comes a visit out to the mound for one of the assistants on this Big Bend staff. You've got your assistants Rain Letkeman, Ryan Dumit, Trey Evans, and Jacob Price. Got a little GoldenEye theme music going on here. I like it. That takes me back to my youth. Playing on the N64. I appreciate they got a booth filled with guys here up in the press booth and the PA booth for UCC that are manning all the game day operations, game day stats, scoreboard, music. And then Robert Tilton over there on the PA for us today.
Batting number 9, Noah Cox.
All right, here we go. Noah Cox, the 5-hitter. He's 1 for 3 today. An RBI single in the first, a walk, and then 2 fly ball outs. Takes a pitch in the dirt. And out at first base, Stoddard decides not to try and advance as the ball trickled down the third base side out in front of home. Fifth batter faced for the reliever Nolan Soderstrom, trying to get a save and close out a win. He fires in a strike, 1-1. It is a save opportunity. Again, the win would go to Cole McKinnon if the score stays the way it is right now. 1-1 pitch, 2 outs, runners on the corners for the Riverhawks here in the bottom of the 9th. Check swing, dribbles first base side. They'll field it, throw to first, and that will wrap up a win for the Vikings here in the season opener. Unfortunate there for Noah Cox. A check swing, and that ball just dribbles down the first base side, staying fair, and makes it an easy put out at first for the win. So the Vikings, they get a little revenge for losing 4 straight here at UCC to start out last season. They'll get a win to start out things here this year. That final inning, no runs on 1 hit, no errors for the Vikings, and 2 men left on base for the Riverhawks. So your final score is going to be 4-3 in this one. It'll be 3 runs on 7 hits and 1 error for the Riverhawks, and 4 runs on 3 hits and no errors for the Vikings. Both teams leaving a number of guys on base. In fact, the Riverhawks had a runner on base in 8 of the 9 innings. The only one they didn't was in the 7th. But they just did not come through with enough opportunities with runners on base. And for Big Ben, they ended up leaving 6 men stranded on base. Getting the win is going to be Cole McKinnon, as he pitches 6 innings, and then Nolan Soderstrom will get the save. Taking the loss is going to be, unfortunately, Brevin Harrison. Gave up an unearned run in the 9th inning. So there you go, taking a look at some of the highlights offensively on a day that had just 10 hits in this opener. Ricky Leon Guerrero had the RBI single in the 9th inning that gave the Vikings the win. That was his only hit, goes 1 for 4 with a walk and 2 runs scored. Riley Doig was 0 for 2 but had 3 walks and scored a run. JT Penrod ended up with 2 hits, goes 2 for 4, a pair of singles. Dallas Bowler had an RBI sac fly, goes 0 for 2 on the day with a walk. Oak held an RBI on a ground out, but he goes 0 for 4 out of the 5-hole. 0 for 4 for Nick Kemker with 2 strikeouts. Roman Basurdo was 0 for 3 with a walk. He reached on an error and scored the game-winning run. Cameron Fleck 0 for 4 in the 8-hole, and Kaysen Bleckert goes 0 for 4 in the 9-hole. On the other side for the Riverhawks, Aiden O'Malley goes 1 for 4 with a walk and a single. Tristan Schaefer was 1 for 3 on the day, had a bunt single, a walk, and had a sac bunt in there. Zane Bidwell goes 0 for 5. Cole Stoddard was 1 for 3 with a single, 2 runs scored. He was hit by a pitch and walked. Noah Cox 1 for 4 with a RBI single and a walk. Ryland Heckman goes 1 for 2 with a double, hit by a pitch and walked in this one. Aiden Metzger goes 1 for 4, had 2 RBI, had a single on the day. Jackson Thompson goes 1 for 4 with a single, and Carson Dunn was 0 for 2 with a pair of walks. That is how the day wraps up for Game 1. We'll have our second game coming up here momentarily, so don't go anywhere, folks. We'll have more coming up for you. We are going to start a new broadcast for the second one, so we're ending Game 1 of our live stream. And when we come back, we'll have a new one started there on Riverhawk TV. I've been meaning to mention that if you are interested, hit the subscribe button there on Riverhawk TV, and that makes sure that you can set it up for notifications, get alerts every time we go live with another broadcast of UCC baseball here on Riverhawk TV. So we will end things there, and we'll come back with a new broadcast for Game 2. So stay with us. This is UCC Baseball on Riverhawk TV. Final score, 4-3. Big Ben gets the win on top of Umpqua to start out this 2025 campaign. We'll talk to you soon. I'm Joey Kieran here on Riverhawk TV.